Good morning. It is the morning of the 17th and I will open some yarn for you. Let's get it down. Today, the 17th, I think we'll light the candle for sort of holding on, because I know there are surges of the virus a lot of different places, upsetting people's plans to be together with family, some of them that they haven't seen for over 2 years. Feeling the feelings, trying to keep on keeping on through the feelings, through those ups and downs. Okay, time for yarn. Alrighty, here comes day 16. Oh, look at this lovely. Oh, this is different again, the colors. There's a nice, really thick slash of kind of a sort of a browny red. This is atop the roof, so up on the rooftop. And this is the Robin's Promise Yarn Advent Calendar. Okay, so here we are up on the housetop. There we have the chimney, and here we have that kind of brick vintage red and the light colors of the other part of the roof and the snow. So looking really good, matching well. That was 16. Let's do 17 of the Robin's Promise Yarn Advent, based on the 1969 Night Before Christmas book. Ooh, this is a lovely one as well. This has got a lot of different colored sparkles in there. Blue, yellow, green, red. Let's see. This is What's in the Bag. Oh, so this is Santa's bag. Oh, look, absolutely. Look at how that matches. Well, the blue's not showing up in the morning light on my camera. But yeah, there's definitely all the toys. Those are the color, all the toys. So this is day 16 and 17. And the Robin's Promise Yarn Advent. Very well matched to these pages. So let's go hang them up. So there they are in all their glory. 17 days. Oh my goodness, we're getting so near to Christmas. And let me show you my knitting. I have completed Tom's shortbread sock, complete with the big hole that I was telling you about before that I have to finish. And I was getting all excited to decrease for the toe, and I forgot to add in the tartan of the shortbread box. So I've washed it. He tried it on before I washed it. He felt, talking about, you want to explain?
The texture. So like sometimes when you wear a wool jumper, sometimes it's not next to your skin. So it's like there's a roughness. So it may be fine, I don't know. Have to wear it a bit.
Yeah, so it wasn't washed, so it probably felt a bit tighter and rougher. This is just our, the normal superwash fingering, and it's not any rougher than anything else. But as we've mentioned before, Tom has Asperger's, he's an Aspie, so sometimes things, he's more sensitive physically to different things. So I said, well, let's wash and block it. So what he's going to do is he's going to wear it today and see how does it feel. And if it is bothersome, then I just won't bother to make the second sock, and I will do something else. So that's, this is the first time I've made him the socks. So we're going to experiment with that. So that's done, but I've got a lot of progress onto my staple sweater by Park Williams. I was working on that last night with the help of the lamp. So there's where you can see I did a mistake. I don't know how I managed to do that, but anyways. So yeah, it's going quite along. I've one more row of the raglan increases, and obviously when I wash and block that, once that gets settled in, I will snip that stray bit there. But yeah, see, so with the help, I mean, I don't want to talk about it like gushingly, but I'm kind of excited about the lamp because look, you can see the stitches versus all the times I've shown you before, and even in the daylight. So this is showing up the stitches a lot better. So you can actually see the colors where I talk about, it looks to me like colored lights in the Christmas tree. This is looking really good. I'm excited. And someone was asking me in the comments, how do I stop the yarns, all these yarns? Because I'm holding 4 yarns together to make the bulky weight yarn. How do I stop them from getting tangled? And I just literally have them all in there. They don't seem to get tangled. The only one that did get tangled, if I'm not careful, because this one was in a cake, and I bought it secondhand in a cake. So it's, you know, a double pull ball. So like there's an extra strand there. So sometimes that works its way out, and then it does get tangled, and I've had to, you know, give it to Tom, and he has to use his fisherman skills to untangle the knot. So I just keep making sure every so often that that's really well, you know, stuffed in there, because if that loose end comes out, then I have a problem. But otherwise, they just seem to manage. My knitting, and so I've decided I went and looked for yarns for the for my farmhouse Christmas socks, and I couldn't find a yarn that I wanted. The colors I wanted were all in DK and the socks and fingering. So I think actually what I'm just going to do, because I really don't want to buy any more yarns. I have so many yarns. Now, so it's proper daylight. What you doing? Are you coming to say hi? You coming to say hi? So, hey, darling. I really noticed during the Stephen West MCOW there, the mystery knit-along for Shawlography, you know, one of my colors was a very dark rust red. And I started to struggle to see it when I would knit on it in the evening. As we all know, dark yarn can be difficult once that natural daylight goes. And what I realized is I wanted a lamp like you see illustrated here. Something that would illuminate me and my work in a pool of light, but not be obtrusive, not be too harsh on my eyes or anyone else's eyes. I've tried 3 different lamps over the past year or two, and none of them really hit the bill, but I finally found one that does. And so I'm hoping this will be helpful to you. It could help you, especially if you have someone with sensory sensitivities in your life. It might not suit all of you. It might suit some of you. And perhaps if some of you have people in your life with sensory sensitivities, it may really suit you. I got an email from a company wanting to send me a free review copy of a lamp for crafting. And I said yes. You know, often when you're online, you get offers to review things and say no, unless it's something I'm like, yeah, that would be handy and it was appropriate. So I actually said yes to this. So I have a free one. I'm not being paid in any kind of way, nor would I want to be. I want to just feel like I just have free reign to say whatever I want. Okay, so it's this guy here. It's BENQ is the company, benq.com, and it's the Genie e-reading lamp. It's really difficult to do a concise sort of thing, but pros, it's slim and unobtrusive. Really need that in a small room. I mean, the cottage is small, all the rooms are small, so it's not obtrusive. It works fantastically for what I need. The light is very bright, but it's not harsh. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother Tom with his sensory sensitivities. That's really important. The base of it is sturdy and heavy. It's weighted. I can set my coffee on it because it's on the milking stool and I don't have a lot of room. But I can also set my coffee on it. Again, I'm going to say don't put liquids near, you know, don't do like I do, but that's a bonus for me. It doesn't seem to have, I'm going to show you in the extended version how it doesn't have that flicker that my other lamps do that you don't see with your naked eye, but the camera picks it up. And so I think that something about some inner workings of your brain might pick it up, but you don't pick it up consciously. I think that's why part of the reason maybe where this lamp doesn't bother Tom and the others do. My con would just be the price because it's pricey. I think it's $185. So unless, you know, you'd have to have that money or save it up, I would think that if I only craft at night, or if I had to make craft as my living and I would be looking at, you know, things all the time and I needed to protect my eyes, I think I would save up and get that. There could be something mid-range between that and the other lamps that I have. I don't know. But just if I'm comparing them to the different, I have tried 3 different other lamps actually, just, you know, bought myself. All of them have bothered. For another opinion, and I will leave the link review because I think it's important to have a well-rounded balance of this. Lesley of Not Quite Enough Yarn also got one. And while she found it was fine, it didn't suit her circumstances. And she was kind of like, yeah, but not really for me. I would encourage you to watch that as well, because she'll think of talking about things that I've forgotten. And like, you know, she's not thinking about Asperger's, and she doesn't have an Aspie living with her, as far as I know, that is like, every time I put on a different light, he's like, oh, you know, and it's a balance because of being able to see. And another part that's important for us in the early mornings when it's dark and in the evenings is to be able to see what we're doing, but to not lose the ambience. I think you can get the idea. Have this little pool of light on me for my crafting or reading or whatever that's not bothering the other people in the room. It's not creating shadows on my work in any way, and it's not destroying the ambience of Cottage. So I will have a full review with a lot more sort of detail and a dedicated video on its own. So just keep your eye out for that, probably in a few days.